progress is not linear, and development doesn't always look like growth.
This version of the Oklahoma City Thunder is even better than the one from 2012, the one that had 3 future MVPs. KD said that the current OKC team was even more versatile than his.
They're a little bit more versatile, I think, than the team that we had. I think when we first got here, it was me, Jeff, Russ. The league wasn't turning over to this fast-paced small ball area. It was still too big, so they fit more of the NBA mold right now with the length. And they got Chet still waiting, and they got a boatload of picks of guys, and I know they're going to target a lot more wings in the draft. So they got 3 or 4 guys, 6, 7, 6, 8 that can handle the ball. I wish I'd had that back when I was here, but they're building something special.
When we talk about the early 2010s Thunder, 2 things come to mind. How impossible it is to draft a team that well for that long, and how disappointing it was that we never got to see it play out. At least, we thought it was impossible to draft that well, but then the Thunder outdid themselves again. The Oklahoma City Thunder aren't just the best young team in the NBA, they might be the best team, period. The only team younger than them is the San Antonio Spurs, but the Spurs play like a young team. They are the worst team in the West, only a few games above the Trailblazers, the 3rd youngest team in the league. That's what's supposed to happen when you're a young team. What's not supposed to happen is what the Thunder are doing right now. The Thunder are on pace for at least 50 wins, and they might even crack 60 if they have a hot streak. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is proving his first team All-NBA selection last year was not a fluke, and Chet is almost a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year. Only a few years ago, they were struggling to reach 25 wins. Even last year, they were below 500, overachieving by winning 1 round of the play-in. Now, they are legit title contenders, and the best young core the league has seen in years. Is it the best young team since 2012, or is that selling them short? Let us know in the comments. For those of you keeping track, the 2007-9 drafts by Sam Presti and the Thunder were iconic. In 2007, a rookie GM Presti drafted Kevin Durant number 2, though luck kind of played a factor in that one. Everyone knew that Odin and Durant were going to be the top 2. Portland had the tough choice with the first pick, and they picked poorly. That same year, the Thunder also got the number 5 pick in Jeff Green by trading superstar Ray Allen to the Boston Celtics. In 2006, they made an insane draft decision, picking Russell Westbrook at number 4. No one saw Russ going that high. Even the highest mock drafts had him at only 8. His UCLA teammate, Kevin Love, was supposed to go ahead of Westbrook, who was just seen as a nice energy guy off the bench. But Presti made the right call, as he usually does. 20 picks later, Presti made another great call, the lanky, unproven Serge Ibaka, who wouldn't play in the league for another year and definitely needed some fine-tuning. And then James Harden at number 3 in 2009. A bit of a stretch, but a lot of teams were high on Harden at Arizona State. Their records in that 2008-11 stretch were eerily similar to the 2021-24 stretch. 20 wins, 23 wins, an 8 seed, then 55 wins in a conference finals appearance from 2008 to 2011. The last 4 years, 22 wins, 24 wins, a play-in win, and now on pace for 56 wins. If you're wondering how it's so similar, just look at Presti's work the last few years compared to 2007. He took aging players who didn't quite fit the rebuilding team, like Chris Paul, Al Horford, Gallinari, and then traded them for huge assets, both young guys and draft picks. That's how he got Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren in the same draft. Jalen is that class's win shares leader, and Chet is the plus-minus leader. It's a pretty solid draft, right? Then he got Giddey at number 6 the year before, though that was a pretty loaded draft. There were a few more nice moves, like Cason Wallace last year, signing an undrafted Lou Dort, but by far the biggest swindling of this new Thunder era was SGA. The Thunder traded away Paul George the same offseason when they traded Russell Westbrook, a full rebuild. It was one of the biggest trades ever. It also meant the Clippers could sign Kawhi Leonard, so it worked out, right? One of the throwaway pieces in that trade was SGA, who might be a top 5 player in the league right now. He only scored 11 a game as a rookie, but jumped to 19 after the trade. Since then, he's at 28.2 points per game over 4 years, all while not jacking up 10 threes a game like a lot of guys. Over 50% from the floor and a lot of free throws. Pure efficiency. As of January 4th, he was 27 of 33 in post-up situations. That's almost 82%. Not to mention, he's one of the best defensive guards in the league, so that helps. Presti is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, sort of like the Celtics and Lakers of the 1980s. But wait, if he nailed team building for 2 eras, how does he have 0 titles and only 1 finals appearance? Presti made a few small mistakes that completely ruined his title hopes. Can he avoid those this time around? First off, the Jeff Green issue. They traded Ray Allen, the resident greatest shooter in the league and a former All-NBA player, for the 5th pick in the draft. It's not too bad, right? Presti has shown time and time again that he likes 3 things: length, skill, and young players. That's why he probably would have taken KD over Odin in 2007, and he probably would have taken Chet over Paolo 14 years later. Jeff Green was basically a smaller KD, a long, scoring forward who could fit between 3 positions. In this era, that is exactly what you want, which is what KD said earlier. Presti was being forward thinking, a really good move. So it's fine that they traded their superstar and got rid of the veteran presence on a young team. It allowed them to fully reset and put the keys in KD's hands. But when it went wrong was when Presti stopped being forward thinking. Green was a nice 15 points a game and a 3-point threat, a good small ball power forward with Ibaka as center. So why trade him for Kendrick Perkins? They felt like they needed to have a big body to compete with the Dallas Mavericks, the LA Lakers, the other great teams that were aged out by 2012. That same year, the Heat reinvented small ball, and the league never really looked back. With Perkins, they were always playing 4-on-5 offensively, though they consistently gave Big Perk post shots to keep him engaged. Right now, the Thunder have an embarrassment of riches. How can you properly juggle minutes between Chet, Dort, SGA, Giddey, J. Will, Isaiah Joe, and Cason Wallace? That is a lot of talent. In fact, it's pretty reminiscent of those 2010 to 2012 Thunder teams. Chet has a KD body and is seemingly destined to be the next great player in the league. SGA is obviously the Westbrook role, though significantly more efficient and way less athletic. Harden's a mix of Giddey and Jalen, an underrated supporting piece who can handle the ball in crunch time. Ibaka is Dort, a tremendously underrated piece that can fill his role perfectly. The worst thing the Thunder could do right now is to blow this up while it's working. Just like with Ray Allen, they let Chris Paul leave because they wanted to put the keys into the young guy's hands. The 2011 Thunder traded Green for Perkins because they wanted to win now, to jump steps and become an instant contender. Instead, it cost them a future ring. A win now mentality is good for aging vets, not a team filled with 24-year-olds. Imagine if the 2013 Warriors traded Klay Thompson for Kevin Love, a legit trade offer back then, because they wanted to win now. You gotta develop your guys and trust that they can take you the distance. And when you need to make a change, bank on the right guys, which is where they went wrong in 2012. James Harden wanted more money. It's understandable. You're making 6-man money, getting 6-man minutes, 6-man stats. He and Presti both underestimated where the league was headed. 3 years later, a team could afford 3 high-priced superstars. 3 years later, the pace of the game could allow 3 20-point-per-game guys. And 3 years later, a lineup of Russ, Cephalosha, Harden, KD, and Ibaka would make way more sense than sticking Perkins in there. But in 2012, Presti and Harden didn't see that coming. So Presti broke up the young Thunder just a few months after their first finals appearance. And they chose the wrong guy to trade. Look, Westbrook is a better competitor, a better team player, and a more beloved player by most. But Harden is better. When Westbrook was the best player on his team, it was first round and out. When Harden was the best player on his team, he was competing against the KD and Steph Warriors. Harden would have been a better fit with KD in the long haul, but the Thunder just looked at the resumes. Westbrook had all NBA stature. Harden had a 6th-man trophy and memories of a finals choke job. If Harden had stayed instead of Westbrook, would he and KD have gotten along better? It's an insane what if. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. The point is, Presti got impatient and chose the wrong player. Instead of gambling on him leaving in free agency, he blew it all up with a trade the year before. Logistically, because of the cap, the pace, and the style of play, it's less likely that one of the Thunder's stars would feel the need to dip early now. But in this era, guys want to leave all the time. So in practice, it's only a matter of time before one of them asks out. Will Presti choose the right guy this time? It's impossible to say right now, but the point is this. This is the Thunder's best chance to win a title since they've been in Oklahoma City. This has been a better setup than they had even in 2012. Their stars complement each other more, they have more depth, and more importantly, they've learned from those few mistakes. The Thunder need to be patient. They probably won't win this year. Teams rarely win it all in their first year of contention, but they need to look at the 2013 Warriors, the 2019 Bucks, and the 2023 Nuggets as guidance, and then the 2016 Thunder as a warning. When you have the right guys, do everything you can to keep it together and trust that it'll work out. Do you think these Thunder are better than the 2012 teams? Can they realistically win the title this year? Let us know in the comments, then watch one of these videos next. Listen to The Wrong Opinion, useless NBA trivia, and garbage rankings for more NBA content.